Battlefield 6 Redsec running on the Xbox Ally X. In this video, I'm going to show you how the game performs and the settings I'm using to achieve this performance. Before we begin, I just want to note that the game is free. However, this video is not sponsored, but if you'd like to try it for yourself, I'll leave a link for the Steam page in the description down below. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and pretend like I'm good at this game. So after I died, I decided to spectate a few players who actually know what they're doing. As you can see, the performance fluctuates between 30s to mid 30 FPS on the average, with dips in certain situations. This is running at a 17 watt TDP with all settings set to auto and 1080p. Now, if you increase the TDP to manual and you set it to around 20 to 22 watts on the minimum, you'll see a steadier mid 30s to even approaching the 40 FPS with less drops. This never goes below 30 when I was testing, and later in the video, I'll show you even gameplay set at 35 watt turbo when plugged in, which gives around a 10 FPS boost with the same visuals at a much smoother experience. Now, speaking about the settings, if you go into that and then go to graphics, I have here everything I have set. Now, I have it set to auto balance and auto graphics quality. However, if you set it to auto performance, you'll get a little bit more FPS. So if you want that, you could go ahead and do that. However, everything else I pretty much left as is. I didn't really touch anything else. I set full screen mode to full screen from borderless, and then I have it set to 1080p resolution as well. And like I mentioned, I'm on 17 watt. Now in this gameplay here is where I set it to 35 watt turbo mode. Now this is plugged in and maxed out, and as you can see here, we're in the mid 40s, and you're only ever going to see it get to as low as 40 FPS. So it's a much smoother experience. So if you wanted to, you're plugged in, definitely go ahead with this experience here. Overall, the visuals look good and it performs well, especially for something that just released. Now, of course, if you go ahead and bump that TDP to that manual 20 to 22 watts, you can have even more of a consistent gameplay. Remember, this is all at 1080p. So if you wanted to, you could always bump that down to 900, or you could set that auto from balance to performance to get just a little bit more FPS. Now, with all that said, I wouldn't really recommend playing this game on the handheld if you're trying to be just a little bit competitive. It's hard to spot enemies at a distance because the display is small, but if you wanted to, just to have fun, go ahead and try it out for yourself. Like I said, the game is free, so it's worth trying. However, that wraps up my performance review of Battlefield Redsec on the Xbox Ally X. If you have any questions or feedback, leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Support the channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.